When do you plan to tour Australia?
It's down to you, that, John, isn't it? Aren't you going there next year?
I'm going there next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, get us some gigs and we'll come and join you.
Well, the answer to that is next Thursday at 6:30.
Go to a wedding there,
Yeah, yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a gig.
Well, whoever you are in Australia, get a promoter to call us.
Gold Coast, apparently.
Have they got a band?
You've got a band for that one? Yeah, they want
Yeah.
easily priced.
We get
Couple of tins of
I'll
two
save me
in.
a few quid if I'm going to play.
Couple of
wouldn't it?
tubes of
As
two
long as you
in.
don't need to get there till, what, 8:30, you'll be fine, won't you?
Yeah.
I'll probably self about 5 o'clock for that, won't it? It's,
yeah.
Does Jez use a Mellotron on stage or Mellotron samples?
Well, I suppose you have to say samples. What I use is a Mellotron, which is a specially designed sample player, I suppose is the best way to describe
a bit
it.
like
Which has very fiendishly managed to capture all the stupidly crap things about playing a Mellotron to give it that authenticity. So you've got to play it like a Mellotron, and it will run out after 8 seconds, and it's only like 3 frames at a time, and you mix 2 out of the 3 tracks together if you want. So it's got all those quirky things, but the days of rolling around with the Mellotron, I think they're not for me really. You start one.
Tell me about when you're in to Dubai. Did you take the Mellotron there? Was it?
Well, he dropped it off a plane. It didn't help, so we had to rebuild the bloody thing. But
did you see it drop it when you all sat in the airplane?
No. It kept in by a cargo thing. It was just no, but it ended up literally sort of like trapezoidal. It came and the humidity was just...
That's rock and roll, and it's taking a Mellotron to do that. Fly it out.
But anyway, to be honest, I think another of the reasons will be I haven't got enough hands, and at least I can MIDI it up and play it from the Phantom or whatever if we need to have the sound in there. So there you go. So it's unfortunately samples for me. But the good ones, in fact,
it's a real one.
And actually, we have got Woolly's own Mellotron sample in the bank. So
this one probably covers some ground you've already done again. I'd love to hear from each of them which was their most memorable gig while Woolly was still with the band and why.
I can't think of any in particular because
you've got loads to go at.
I can think of loads,
so many.
I think it would. There's so many to remember, isn't there? But I think in recent times, I would say the one in Portugal, really.
Yeah,
that we did in Lisbon.
Weren't it?
And yet he had a terrible time.
He was not. He said, "Remember, after he said he
was Porto, wasn't it? When that was the last gig we did with him.
Porto.
That was when he forgot to turn up to the airport.
Well, he had a really shocking time there, didn't he? I didn't realise.
No, he kept good.
And the whole thing was a really memorable occasion. Going around the city and everything. So I don't know.
Just loads. I enjoyed loads running the early days. I remember one in Nuremberg, which was really good. Oh, I'll tell you which one I liked.
Trial that.
The one at. I don't want to go there, John. We did one in Munich. The one in the massive tent. It was about 15,000 people in a huge market. Jay came on and played.
Tollwood it was called.
Toll Festival.
Red up. It was a fantastic night. That absolutely.
I was glad
the drum kit nearly didn't turn up.
That's right. Yeah, the drums. Yeah. Jay and Owen came out and
John Gladwell.
That's right. Yeah. That was it was the last night of all that summer. We'd been out from about April. We'd been out.
Yeah, it was a really good gig that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really good gig.
And that's one. That's my favourite. I'll have that one. Just a bit different.
Right. If I understand it correctly, the band is producing the new albums themselves. What are the advantages, disadvantages of not working with an external producer? And how does JLBGH typically go about recording? Are there any BGH songs you would like to have in the set that John refuses to do? There's 2 questions there, actually.
Well, the advantages, I suppose, are the fact that because we are not professional musicians, Kev exception.
We are,
we haven't got to that
yet. But I mean, we haven't necessarily got time to be able to come in here for full days, and so we are putting it together as we go along, really, as and when we are available.
I think I've worked with producers, and obviously John's worked with loads, but I have done because we did stuff with Greg Jackman and and things, you know, in the past. I've done for it's a full album with him. And it's, producers are good at driving you, and they'll, but sometimes they take you to a place you don't really want to go, if you know what I mean. They make you play something a certain way, or they take the song and you think, that's not how I envisaged it. So there's pluses and minuses for it. It's sometimes it's nice to have some direction, but we have the leisurely approach where it doesn't matter. We can take our time in it. So
I suppose in terms of how we've gone about it, we're tending to prepare the songs almost as live performances. And craft them and play them and play them and play them in.
Playing these,
quite often when you're playing them, they do go a slight different direction. Then, so
because sometimes you've worked on albums, haven't you, where they've been recorded, they've been written in the studio, really.
Pretty much,
where they've been put down in the south bit, and then it ends up at the end. You think, all right, people throwing the kitchen sink in a different tune. Whereas these, we've been playing them as a tune first, and then we're setting about recording them out.
Yeah. And what was the second question?
I can't remember.
Are there any songs? Was it in that you don't want to do or something like that?
Yeah, I was going to answer that actually. The advantages and disadvantages of using a producer. I mean, if we can't produce a bloody album now, then it's time to back in, really.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we're just playing music and enjoying it, aren't we?
Yeah,
if you're doing that, and you can. There's so many ways you can capture stuff in a really good way now. So we just want to retain the live essence, really, don't we? Are there any BGH songs you would like to have in the set that John refuses to do? I've never refused to do anything.
No, I don't. Is it?
Yeah, I remember suggesting 50s Child and you weren't very keen.
Well, I didn't say no. We had a go at it, didn't we?
No,
I'm not asked, really, honestly. Because there are some of them that haven't been recorded in the way that we're recording now, where they've been created and then been not friendly to do live. And perhaps at some point in the future, what I did say to you, we'll go back and look at those, but from the point of view of arrangement straight the way through. So they won't be the same song because they'll have to be played live, so there'll be a different arrangement.
And River of Dreams is a good example of that.
Absolutely,
because the recorded version was never how you wanted the song to be.
Not at all, no. So, right, what's next? Right, so we got through them. The next ones are for Kev, actually. This guy thinks you're a drummer. As a drummer, some questions for Kev. You obviously have your own style.
You'll be all right.
And he's phone in here. It's pathetic and excellent, he says. But do you use Mel's arrangements as a base to work from?
Yeah, when we do the songs, I do listen to what Mel's done. I try not to copy what Mel's done, but I can't go too far away, otherwise it just won't be the same song.
Right. Did you ever meet Mel, and were you a BGH fan before joining BGH? I mean, you probably answered this before.
Yeah. I think I must be the only musician around the Oldham area that never met him, never saw him, never crossed paths at all. Because you knew him really well, and we worked together God knows how many years, and I just never met him.
A few evenings out with Mel, yes.
Yeah.
I was blind for 3 days after the first one.
I see you're using Octobands with your timer kit. Were these purchased for the new album, or were they already part of the kit?
I've had them about 6-7 years. Yeah. Just had them painted to look nice. Yeah. So they look new.
You use an open style, have you always?
For about 15-20 years.
What's an open style?
Not crossing.
Yes, you don't cross your hands.
Gay going in that.
You're still hitting things with both hands.
Yeah.
Still making too much noise.
I can play quieter that way, John.
Really?
No, not that John's ever noticed.
Your pants on fire.
Who are your drumming influences?
Tony Williams, Bill Cobham, Simon Phillips.
Terry Notkin.
An animal from the Muppets.
Yeah.
What about SpongeBob?
Oh, yeah.
SpongeBob's, yeah. There's a
Is
museum
it a drummer?
Oh, yeah, you know.
Is it
not
SpongeBob?
discount
SquarePants, he's got a kit, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot now.
What about the octopus out of Pinky and Perky?
Oh,
Yeah, he was brilliant because he could hit all sorts of things, and his kit used to float as well.
Thanks, yeah.
bloody hell. That one
Beat
passed
with
me by.
every, beat with every limb.
Missed out when he didn't have a double kit.
That one passed me by.
Oh, to check him out. It was,
YouTube, yeah.
You are the only professional member of the band.
Oh.
That should be, you are the only unemployed member.
Unemployed,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you do session work, teach or play with your hands. Or with bands, sorry.
Well,
Fred and Slip.
I drive trucks, as we said earlier.
Yeah.
So when the drumming's a bit quiet, I'm back driving trucks. So no, I'm not the only professional in the band.
How many
Yes, I do all the
kids?
stuff.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm going to be unemployed.
Yeah, we're all, yeah.
How many kits do you
getting
have?
out in banking.
And is the
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Monster your favourite?
Yes, I have 5 kits, and yeah, the green one.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Was that
Thanks, John.
genuine enough?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. You think you'll...
Right. Cool.
Think I'll get the job?
Yeah.
You need to go with it.
I'd like
Think I'll
to
get the
thank
job?
you very much. We passed the audition. Yeah.
I'd just like to say, John said something like leave your name in the bin, he said. I don't know what he meant by that.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that it?
Do you want the? That's it.
Action.
Cut.